I already see all the buzz on Twitter about my targets being met right to the very bottom for COSM, sorry. So I want to let you guys know that yes, they did meet. That's cool, but we're not looking for this target to be the end of COSM and then from here to the moon, right? Please recall that I did mention that we need to get to these targets and we need to validate them as supports. More importantly, we actually need to bounce from here and reclaim our outside of the descending broadening wedge that I've been talking about for some time. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and validate. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about the following days for the trading sessions. Okay, what is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this fine Tuesday. This is ARCa coming at you with a COSM technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, you guys, so yes, please don't praise what I called here. Don't look at it that way, okay? You should look at it as like, wow, that was a really lucky call. Okay, it's lucky is because we're talking about people. We're talking about sentiment. It's random. Okay, so the things that we're looking at, these targets that we're looking at, are based on probabilities. You know what I mean? And sometimes probabilities favor our direction. Okay, but this is lucky. I'm not saying that this was like a skillful shot. It was the only skillful thing was that we were able to see the potential target. Okay, you guys, and it happened, and it just so happened to be perfectly on it. Okay, but know for a fact that this is that price action usually plays a lot with luck and probabilities. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and now just load up the daily chart within this asset now, because the reason why I loaded the 12 hour is because remember the 12 hour is able to show us aftermarket activity, which you can see a tiny little bounce at. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, the same target that I was talking to you about, I gained entry too. And to tell you the truth, it's probably the most aggressive entry I've ever made, and it could be at risk. Okay, please know that I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. Do your own DD. Everything will be okay, you guys. All right. So look, my average right now is literally $4.61. For something like that. It's down here somewhere. Okay, so I averaged in starting at 476, like I said. Okay, so 476, and then I did another average at around $4.30 something cents, and it averaged down to something. Okay, so the position is there. I don't know what I usually leave my limit orders in place, and they happen. If they happen, good. If they don't, then good. You know what I mean? So it's gonna either play by the play or it's not. My stop positions are already in. The risk is already set. I'm not even gonna look at the chart. Okay, if it's gonna make the upside, it's gonna make the upside. If it doesn't, oh well. Next play. All right, you guys, you gotta think about it like this. No bag holding. Okay, these opportunities happen all the time. No problem. All right, you guys. So yes, we definitely need to go. We definitely need a bounce. Very good thing on the 12-hour chart right here. But let's look at the daily. Okay, so the daily is looking. I mean, usually when we have these types of massive capitulation candles like this, you guys, we have to be careful, okay? Because this is now in shock, okay? We're looking at this like, oh my God, like it really happened. You know, we really went all the way down to that target. What are we gonna do? This looks like it's over. People are gonna be talking about that it's over. Okay, so a lot of that sentiment plays in with the price action, okay? So we definitely have to be careful. If we don't recover this, if we have a minimum daily candle below this yellow line, which is around, let's see, $4 and probably 39 cents. If we do have a daily closure candle, it will continue to the downside, okay? And there are some targets that we can look at, and I will definitely get stopped out on the way down. So let's go ahead and look at the statistical analysis first, because this is there is an upside move in play, but the thing is that it's not quite ready yet. The conditions are not set. Okay, so pardon me. All right, so yes, first of all, notice that stochastic momentum, the momentum oscillator, is still suggesting some downside. But similarly to GTI, if you guys have been watching those videos too, I started warning you guys when these pivot happens. Okay, so now we're starting to get this pivot right here. It looks like the aggression has diminished. Okay, so which means that there is a potential evening out of or like some type of balance between the bears and the bulls. Okay, so in this case, we look like we're going to continue on to the downside, potentially starting to create these little notches and eventually correct just like this. Okay, so we want that. Okay, we want to look at that gradual correction. We don't want it to just go skyrocket up and then everybody's going to get caught bag holding because they can't sell. Okay, so we gotta look at it in several ways. Okay, another very important thing. If we do fail that daily candle that I told you below this $4.35 zone, I'm talking about a daily candle. Okay, a whole daily candle. If that happens, the bottom targets are actually going to be very dangerous. And those dangerous targets, I'm talking about literally touching about $2.47 to about $2.60 at the top of this channel. Okay, we've already come down to confirm that when we did that reverse split. We did confirm right to the penny that newly converted resistance into now support. But if we do fail that candle, we can fall and capitulate to this area here before finding another bounce similarly to this one here from the reverse split. Okay, so that range, again, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you just in case. Okay, but this is just precautionary. Okay, it's important for us to use our tactics so that we can make sure that we survive another day of trading. Okay, you guys. So yeah, I'm looking at about let's see. Yeah, about 261 to about 247 at the 4.618. Okay, you guys, just in case. But the reason why I brought you here is primarily because of the stochastic momentum and the fact that we are actually at critical volatility, and volatility is still suggesting continuous critical. Okay, so we may actually go up and start printing these bars here. These bars represent a daily read. Since we're in the daily chart, every single day that passes, a red bar prints that we are at critical. Okay, so this critical I'm sorry, what happens when we start contracting and wow, sorry guys, and we start expanding on the oscillator, we can then apply a move that's a statistical move, right? That can be about, let's see, 75.573% to the upside based on a back test of volatility versus momentum. Okay, so if that 75% move to the upside does get applied, actually it would be 100.38% because of the additional because of the reverse split ratio. We actually had to adjust the math just a little bit. So that 100.378 move to the upside can be applied, but that can like I said, you guys, we definitely have to correct what's happening here within momentum before we can apply these conditions, okay? So please, I know that there's a lot of people talking about this 100% upside move, but it's not set just yet. Please remember my words right now. It is not set, okay? We need to make sure that the momentum oscillator corrects to the upside, and we either start printing daily bars at critical volatility or we start contracting down to the downside on volatility. Okay, you guys, that's very particular. We need to set up those conditions if we want to make that 100% move to the upside. Okay, another thing is that we may be in the process of actually confirming some bullish drives of divergence. Okay, so divergence is usually the opposition of price action versus momentum, and in this case, momentum represented by RSI, relative strength index. Okay, so we do have one drive of phantom hidden bullish divergence and two drives of phantom regular divergence. Okay, bullish divergence. So this is looking good. It's already sort of in play. The pivot could be a lot stronger here. Let me zoom in so you can see that pivot. The pivot could be a lot stronger from the RSI, but it is, however, a pivot nonetheless, and we do have to take it into account. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and open up a multi-pane here so that we can gauge that closer edge for the coming trade, which could likely be on tomorrow. Okay, so I already see someone tweeted me or Frank Benedetto, whoever, I forgot, I'm sorry, however you pronounce his name, is mentioning me somewhere in Twitter. Oh yeah, that's the guy from COSM. It's funny that I'm doing the video right now for COSM. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. Anyway, so the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is the first thing that we're going to load, and it's suggesting an upside, okay, from the oversold percentile. One thing that I want for the new viewers to take a gander at is the the RSI diagram that I have right over here, okay, is just blown up for your convenience to tag along as I speak about these zones very often, these 4 zones right here, okay, as they're located right over here on the chart. Okay, so the 30-minute immediate short term is suggesting an upside continuation from the oversold percentile. The only thing that's bearish about this is that if you can take a look at the prior iterations, we've been using this 14-day moving average represented by this pink line. We've been using it as a form of resistance, okay? So there's the potential that we can use it as a form of resistance. If this comes up just a little bit more, then we may be able to enter this gravitational area right here, okay? So if we do enter this very shallow area of the oversold percentile, we can be pulled right into the bear strength percentile, which could be a good thing, okay? But please notice that the iterations have continued to the downside, and as a guide, the RSI signal, I mean the purple line, has been using the 14-day moving average as a guide to the downside. Okay, so let's look at the bi-hourly time frame. You can see that the bi-hourly time frame is within the bear strength percentile, okay, suggesting a very slight pivot towards the upside. We definitely have the moving average above us, which is bearish, okay, you guys? So two obstacles can happen here, is that we can be gravitated right into that bear weakness percentile, and then we use the moving average as a form of resistance and then continue on to the way down. But that's no guarantee yet, and that is not adding FOMO into this into the equation whatsoever, as I do not have a metric to measure that, okay? So or a method to gain a metric from FOMO. Okay, so now the daily time frame is still suggesting a downside continuation, okay? Let's zoom in just a little bit here. So it's definitely in the grips of the bear weakness percentile, okay? And the moving average is above us, which is bearish. The closer we get into this deep area of the bear weakness percentile, the likelihood of being pulled right back down into the bear strength percentile is great. Okay, so we definitely have to watch out for those things. Let's look at the bi-daily, certainly downside, more than likely the 3-day as well, and the 5-day still. Okay, so this is what I mean by it still being in shock. Okay, there's a lot that just happened. It's a huge capitulation event from that upper side, and we're still suggesting the downside. Okay, so even you can even see that the Crypstex, the ARC-Series Crypstex indicators are also still suggesting some very slight downside, but downside nonetheless. It is a little bit balanced though, like I spoke of in the first chart. If you can take a look at the score that DBSI is giving us, you're looking at 51% from the bears, and you're looking at 49% from the bulls. Okay, it's getting very close. The sell signal from DBSI is still honored from this red little dot, and it hasn't recovered just yet. The ARC enhanced MACD is also giving us a bear signal, and it's still not recovered just yet. Another thing to consider, okay, you guys, these indicators, sorry about that, these indicators can actually be available to you. They are subscription based, and they do not have anything to do with the subscriptions that you make with TradingView themselves, okay? Crypstex, they are authorized retailers within the TradingView space. Okay, you guys, so definitely send me a DM. We'll go ahead and go over the subscription packages for these indicators if you are interested. Okay, you guys, and also please know that I am an affiliate, and I have been accepted as an affiliate for TradingView software. So if you do start an account with them, it certainly helps me out, helps my trading future out, and we can continue our analysis and continue getting some good opportunities on our hands. Okay, you guys, so I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. Okay, you guys, I do expect some little bit of sideways trading, maybe some bearish action coming right back up, recovering into this zone that we've been talking about. Okay, this is going to be very tough, but it is in shock. There is no reason why we actually wouldn't just capitulate and continue to the downside. Please know that. Okay, you guys, I hope you're listening to the video all the way to the end, because this is very important, as you know that I actually gather all the puzzle pieces as I go. Okay, you guys, so yeah, with that said, I wish you well. I wish you a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.